Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? It's cold. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 'Tis me. I'm back. And happy to be back. It's Monday. Happy and healthy. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's fine. Tonight, I'm gonna get into a little bit about that Obama and that other fella sitting next to each other, because I've had a couple of conversations about that, and people got some different ideas about it. By the way, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? Glad you can make it. About those guys sitting next to each other and talking, I'm going to tell you a little story. I used to work in a steel mill, and everybody that know me from work is going to know who I'm talking about. There was this guy at work. This guy was equally despised by everybody. And whenever he came around, you knew, hey, what's up, James? You knew good and damn well, whatever this guy heard that was juicy, he was going to run back to the boss. This guy, anything he could tell the bosses, he would tell them. He was just a plain rotten motherfucker. Now, for some reason, this guy would come and see some of us standing around talking or whatever, and he'd come stand around and listen and want to laugh and joke with everybody. And I used to walk away. And people would ask me, hey, man, that's kind of mean, man. You treat the dude kind of mean. And I would be like, no, I'm treating that motherfucker like he deserved. You know, he's just standing around you so he can gather information to go tell the boss. And every time this guy would do it. And the people that he ratted out would be all pissed off. And I'm like, how are you all pissed off when you knew when he came around laughing and kidding in your face, he was going to stab you in the back? I didn't get it. I used to tell him, when this guy comes around, I don't care how crowded the room is. He should be the loneliest guy in the room. He should be the loneliest motherfucker in a crowded ass room. Now, people have said to me that, well, Obama was just being nice to him. And that's true. Why the fuck would Obama be nice to him, though? Were they both presidents? Yeah. But Trump ain't never had one good thing to say about Obama. Not one good thing. Matter of fact, has told so many lies on Obama that if they sat me next to him, people would see me treating him the same way that white man treated Kamala Harris when she was swearing in his wife. I wouldn't have even been close to him. The world would have got a lesson in pettiness if they would have sat me next to Trump. The world would have got a lesson in how to be petty. Trump is petty all day, every day. Now, somebody said to me, well, if Obama would have did it, it would have been all over the news, all over the airwaves, everything. Yeah. It's about time some of us are all in the news for giving that bastard back what he gives out. It is far time for this to happen. I don't get it. I simply don't get it. Nobody ever seems to want to give this guy back what he dishes out. I mean, this guy's mean and nasty all day, every day, until it's become normal for him to do this. And everybody else got to be nicey. Tell you what, until you understand that these people are mean and nasty and ain't going to cooperate with you a bit, and you're going to have to return to them what they dish out. You know what? When you got a bully, everybody in the world know the only thing a bully understand is when you give him a knuckle sandwich. That's the only thing a bully understand. Obama won't go to his level. Obama is better than that. Well, Carmen, I'm sorry to hear that. That's the problem. We always got to be better than that. That's the problem. Why the hell we always got to be better than that? If a guy run up to me and try to cut my throat, you think I'm going to be better than that and just step back and say, hey, don't do that, I'm going to give you another shot to be nice. So don't do that. No, I'm going to dispense with him on the quick. Now, that's physical. That is physical. But mentally, too. And every other kind of way, you have to return it. We are in a different time. We are in a completely different time. There was a time when the argument could be made that you should be nice and nonviolent and, nicey. This is not that time. This is not that time. Don't be bad, be better. Carmen? Michelle would be proud of you. I'm afraid not, darling. I'm afraid not. Better my ass, okay? No. When they get in the mud, you better get down under the rocks, okay? That's in the mud. Look, let me tell you something. Ain't no be better. You know what? That's the problem. That is the problem. We always trying to be better. When you messing with hate. You messing with hate and nothing is going to make hate pay attention but hate. A knuckle is only thing going to make a knuckle understand. There comes a time when the term fight fire with fire makes sense. We are in that time, okay? We're in that time. I heard a reference to one day Trump would get his. Karma is a motherfucker. Yeah. Yes, it is. One day he'll get his. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to take your word for that because I ain't seen it. I'm going to have to take your word for it. I don't know what karma that is chasing Trump around, but karma show taking his motherfucking time when it come to Trump. Okay? His karma must have fell asleep. So, again, the idea behind this is, it's time to understand what you're dealing with. Hakeem Jeffries in the House of Representatives said it was time to work across the aisle and all this yada, yada, yada shit. Meanwhile, Mike Johnson is crafting all kinds of rotten, no good plans to strip people of their Medicaid coverage, their food stamps, everything he can think of in order to make the rich richer. Mike Johnson ain't thinking about Hakeem Jeffries not one damn bit. He don't give no fucks about Hakeem Jeffries. Now, it's questionable about whether they will need help with the Democrats this go around. That's questionable. Simply because that party is just so crazy they can't get along with each other. So, we'll see. But let me tell you something. That time for being nice, that's over with. Nonviolent, that's over with. Look here, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you all a question. George Floyd got killed by a crazy cop. How come we didn't have no terrorist type? Where's the black terrorist type that go walk into a white church and shoot up a bunch of white parishioners? Where's the black people that are mean and angry about what's going on? I don't see any black people mad and mean about this some bullshit. I'm tired of it. And run into the room and throw a bomb in there and blow up a bunch of white folks. Don't see it. Crickets. Hey, Charles, what's going on? We got no anger, okay? We got no anger on this side. We need some anger. You need to know what you fighting. You fighting anger. And mean. And don't nothing beat mean but more mean. Nice don't beat mean. Never has, never will. The only thing you'll get being nice to mean is a knot on your head. Okay? You always see these folks marching with MAGA hats on and guns walking down Main Street, armed to the teeth. What are black militias? Somebody introduced me to the black militias. I'm going to have to go out and see if I can find the black militias because I haven't seen them. I need to find out if they exist because I don't see no black militias walking down Main Street, white America with they AR-15s and they hoods over their head and they all black or all whatever color. Why we don't see that? Why we don't see the pickup trucks with the American flags and different banners from whatever militia it is. Man, I tell you what, we better get with it. We better get with it. Because, you know what? Being nice ain't gonna get you nothing. Being nice ain't gonna get you nothing but your ass kicked. We just had a criminal. Be elected to president because he was so darn mean and nasty. Okay? The other side is seen as plain weak. When you nice all the time, you've heard the term, don't take my niceness for weakness. I'd be damned if that's so. Everybody in the world take nice for weak. All day, every day. Yeah, a felon, an actual felon, sitting in the White House, gonna be sitting in the White House, pulling the strings, and got a merry band of felons marching behind him. Come on now. You know, it's time to not be so nicey-nicey. Okay? It's time to not be so nicey-nicey. Now I'm going to play a clip that my neighbor sent me. It's about a Republican who voted against the Affordable Care Act. And I think it was so apropos to show this clip. And at the end of this clip, the last few words, it's from the show, I can't think of the name. It's the Young Turks, actually. And but Dr. Rashid Richey is a commentator on that show. But after the commentary, listen to the last words he has to say. Just listen to the last words. What you say, Charles? Let's start one, me and you, and we can see how many people we can get to come with us. That may not be a bad idea, Charles. I think I might look into that too. That may not be a bad idea. You know? I get the feeling we're going to need some kind of coordination going on here in the near future. You know? I'm going to look into that. You know, you might be kidding, but I'm going to look into that. So, anyway, let me play this clip. Hey, y'all listen to the last words at the end of the clip. Just listen to the last words at the end of the clip. Watch the clip and pay attention to it. But listen to the last words he say, okay? Check this out.
A Republican rep who voted against Obamacare cannot afford his medical bill. Put it up for him, ass. This is what we're talking about. Voting against your own self-interest. Friends and loved ones of a former Republican Congressman, Michael Grimm. You see, Congressman Grimm, who voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, well, they're raising funds to pay for his medical bills after he fell off a horse during a polo tournament. Former Republican Representative Michael Grimm was paralyzed from the chest down after being thrown from his steed while participating in a polo tournament in September. The 54-year-old, who has been playing polo for years, is currently being treated at the Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation. It's very expensive. Quote, it was a passion of his, and he suffered a tragic accident at the end of September, said Vincent Ignazio, a friend of Grimm's, to the AP News. His ultimate goal is to get himself to walk again. His friend continued. Congressman Grimm served in the Congress from 2011 to 2015, resigned after he was convicted of tax fraud, pleading guilty to only one of the 20 charges he was indicted for. He served 8 months in prison after resigning January of 2015 and 2012 while representing a large area of Staten Island. Graham voted alongside the Republican majority in the House of Representatives to repeal the Affordable Care Act, dubbed Obamacare. Quote, I have consistently opposed the health care law because of its economic crushing taxes and steep price tag, which harm our businesses and do little to address the core issue facing our healthcare system, increasing cost. The congressman said in the statement shortly following the vote, quote, this law hurts our seniors with steep cuts to Medicare, does nothing to create jobs and jeopardizes the care that many of New York's family and individuals rely on. He continued, these were talking points generated by the Republican Party. Medical debt plaguing America is an estimated 100 million of Americans who have amassed nearly 200 billion in collective medical debt, almost the size of Greece's whole economy. That's according to Kaiser Family Foundation. For patients, medical debt has become a leading cause of personal bankruptcy, with an estimated 88 billion of that debt in collections nationwide. That's according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Roughly 530,000 people reported falling into bankruptcy annually, due partly to medical bills and time away from work, according to a 2019 study from the American Journal of Public Health. Medical debt remains a more polarizing issue in Washington, where the Biden administration has pushed for several efforts to tackle the issue, including a proposed rule by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, to bar all medical debt from consumer credit reports. Former President Donald Trump doesn't typically talk about medical debt while stumping, but congressional Republicans have blasted the CFPB proposal, which House Financial Services Committee Chairman Patrick McHenry, a Republican, called regulatory overreach. As for Congressman Graham's debt, so far, over $500,000 has been raised. He needs $2.5 million for his goal. And we have a heart here at Indisputable. If you feel led to give, go ahead and give. Help Mike Graham walk again, even though he voted against your health care. We vote for his. All right? That separates us from the bad guys.
Did you hear that shit? Did you hear that shit? Although he voted against ours, we vote for his. Now, that was 4 minutes of commentary about how rotten those people are. And at the very end, although he voted against ours, we vote for his. That separates us, Really? That does separate us. Because they will continue to kick us in the damn teeth until we kick them back. No, I don't vote for his. I hope he don't get the health care. He voted against so many others from getting health care. Why would I vote for him to get it? Why would I do that? Why in the hell would I do that? I don't want to be separated from them. I want to be just like them. What the fuck is that all about? I want to be just like them. Okay? Because guess what? Until you are, the same thing gonna happen. They're gonna keep doing what they doing. Now, right now, they got control of all of it. And we're about to see how ruthless and mean they can be. Now, again, the one thing in our favor is that they are so crazy that they can't get along with each other. That's one thing in our favor. And that's going to be fun to watch. It's also going to be fun to watch those that voted for this shit when they start getting theirs. When that karma that then fell asleep for that other guy is wide awake for everybody else. Okay? So when that karma start biting them, that's going to be fun to watch. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to take delight in it. I'm just sorry that, I'm petty like that. That's how I'm built. I'm petty as hell. Like I said, if I was sitting next to that guy at a funeral or anything else, that dude would have felt lonely as hell, because I'd have treated him the same way that white man treated Kamala Harris. I would have said, hey, I wouldn't have said nothing to him at all. I'd have eased my chair over like I didn't want something to crawl off his ass on me, If you saw that video, the man's wife was begging the man to move over in the video, and he wouldn't do it. He tried his best not to stand next to Kamala Harris. And wouldn't even look in the face. That's petty. And I bet you he got so many pats on the back behind that. I bet you, I can imagine the text messages he got and the emails he got, and right now somebody giving him a medal of valor for being such a jackass and showing her a level of disrespect that only they could love and admire. Now, again, it is my contention that when Michelle saw the seating arrangement, she probably said, nah, not going to be able to do. That's just my opinion. I bet she was like, sorry, I can't go high this time. I bet you that's probably what she was thinking. I can't go high this time. Be damned if that's so. So, it's time to be petty. It's time to be mean. It's time to return hate with hate. Okay? It's time to return hate and mean with hate and mean. Period. Or be eaten alive. Or be eaten alive. Also, just for us, I'm going to play another clip by Dr. George Fraser. And when I saw this one, it was spot on. It's just spot on. Couldn't even believe how appropriate it was for right now. Now, this is for us as black people. Now, up to now, I was not talking just for black people. I was talking about everybody who is not MAGA. But right now, this is just for black people. Because we need to do something, okay? Take a listen to Mr. Dr. George Fraser right quick.
How could an America who could morally, spiritually, and biblically justify the kidnapping, raping, and pillaging of another two people, natives already in America and Africans brought to America, and perhaps had God not sent us to America, America might have self-destructed by now. That's how insane the social construct of racism is, and white superiority. That's how insane. This is an insane. Do you understand that this is an insane concept? The most egregious concept of slavery, because Africans were familiar with slavery, but you were indentured. You were enslaved to work on a pyramid, but then you went home. No. They took it to a whole new level. No, not only are you enslaved, But when you have children, they will be enslaved. And when they have children, they will be enslaved. And you will be enslaved, your whole family, for, about 250 years until it's illegal. That had never been created before. So the concept of racism and the most egregious form of slavery is simple insanity. How another human being can come up with something like that and sustain it for centuries is a clear sign of insanity. I want you to write this down. I want you to go on YouTube today or tomorrow, and I want you to search Toni Morrison and Charlie Rose. How many of you know who Charlie Rose is? One of the best interviewers on PBS. Toni Morrison and Charlie Rose interview. Charlie Rose asked Toni Morrison, what did she think about racism? Toni Morrison, one of the most brilliant minds on the planet, not just black, Nobel laureate, Pulitzer Prize winning Toni Morrison, looked at Charlie with the seriousness of a heart attack and said, that is the wrong question, Charlie. The question is, what do you think about racism? Charlie Rose's wife. She said, because racism feels insane to me. And it is insane. So my advice to you, Charlie, is that white people get therapy. That's what she told Charlie Rose on public television. Y'all need to get therapy. I don't know why more of America isn't talking about this. And leave black people alone and not let your insanity drive us insane. Because that's what you're trying to do. And they have done a very good job. So I have come to the conclusion as a 70-year-old black man living in America, we cannot fix white people. We haven't been able to fix them in 400 years. We cannot fix them. White people must fix white people. This is what Toni Morrison said. Y'all got to fix yourself. We can't fix you. We have failed. You got to fix you. But we can fix ourselves. That's the most important thing. We can undo over time some of the damage done to us by their insanity. And we are damaged goods. I don't have to explain that to you, right? Just look at our behavior. So we are damaged goods, and we need to work on us. We can fix us. In fact, white folks are not going to fix us. You understand that? They haven't in 400 years. Who are white folks going to fix? White folks. Asians are going to fix Asians. East Indians are working on East Indians. They ain't working on you, right? Arabs are working on Arabs. Our Jewish brothers and sisters are working on their issues and their people. That's who they should be working on. So they're not going to fix us. I have a good white friend who said to me, George, I know what black people's problem is. I said, oh, really, Bob? What is black people's problem? He said, you spend all of your time thinking about us, and we don't spend any of our time thinking about you. So, George, if you're not thinking about you, and we damn sure ain't thinking about you, who's thinking about you? I had to do the Holy Ghost dance. I had no comeback. I had no comeback. So that's right. So we have to spend our time working on us. And there is much work to do.
Okay. How about that? How about that? If that wasn't 100% correct, if that wasn't 100% correct, man, that went straight to my heart. Who in the hell gonna fix us except us? Damn. You know, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to get us to have the conversation. You know, we got to sit down and grab our kids and have some good conversations and kind of turn them around a little bit. Because some of our kids is hanging out with kids. And when I say kids, you know, I'm talking about somebody in their 40s. You know, but from 40 on down, 50 on down, goddamn, you know, we need some conversations to be held to where, you know, we start treating them, our own, the way they need to be treated. The same way I'm talking about treating that other fella, we need to start getting our own together and having a talk. Hey, you know your son out here sagging. You got a 30-year-old man with his pants down around his ass. If that's your son, you need to be talking to your son, saying something to the effect, hey, look here, if I see your ass like that again, you ain't allowed back at my house. Don't ever come to my house again if that's what you intend to do. These are conversations you gotta start having some tough love. Because, you know, a lot of our kids smoke weed. You know what? I'd be the first to tell you, I ain't got a problem with smoking weed. What I do have a problem with is they've been conned into going into the gas station and getting that shit out the gas station to wrap their weed in. That shit that's got all kind of different flavors and smells. Nothing but chemicals. Nothing but chemicals designed to drive their ass insane. You know, when I was young, you know, about a week ago, I roll up a joint and a regular cigarette paper and call it good. They go in a gas station right now, and if you go in there, all across the top of the gas station behind the counter, you got all kinds of wraps. All kind of different flavors, mango, strawberry, pecan wraps. Here, buy this and go wrap your weed in this. And that shit that they smoking is driving them insane. You know, we need to have them conversations. Hey, smoke your weed, but put it in regular papers, you know, or a pipe. You know, they got good weed. They selling it at the dispensaries. You know, you don't have to buy it from the dude on the street no more. That be to mix some shit in it. You know, you don't have to do that no more. You know, let's just, you know, have the conversations. We need to turn this shit around and get our folks thinking about doing some good stuff. Yes, Charles, they do sell tops. Trust me, they do. Or I'm told. But, you know, we just gotta have the conversations, the difficult conversations. I have heard young people say stuff that's so crazy, and it's just because they don't know. They don't even stop to find out if what they thinking has any connection with reality. They don't even stop to find out. Nobody in their circle has any concept of what's true and what's right. We got to start talking to them. And if they ain't going to act right, we got to start putting them out of our lives because, you know, that's just a drain on you. And maybe they'll understand. Dang, my dad said I can't come to his house no more. You know, they either going to respect you and understand and say, hey, you know, okay, I'm going to act right. Or they're going to go the other route. Fuck you, man. I live my own life. Okay, go live your own life. No problem. But we got to try something. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that. Sorry. This evening, I just had one hell of a reality check going on in my head because too many people was talking about being nice. It's like, damn. How long we gotta be nice? We was nice through everything that's been come up to today. How long we gotta stay nice? Before the guy that clubs you on the head gets hit with a bigger club. You know, I don't know. It's time out for that be nice shit. You know, I don't care what Trump and Obama was talking about. Obama shouldn't have said nothing to that motherfucker. He should have ignored the hell out of him. As far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. When Trump walks into a room, they just start fawning all over the dude like he's something special. He should be the loneliest guy in a crowded room. When he walks in, he should be alone in the entire room. But no, everybody's bending the knee. He's got billionaires bending the knee. Tell you what, pay attention. Anyway, look here. Sorry about this. I was, I just had to say it. Just had to say it. I'm going to get off of here, call it good, right about here. I am going to go and see some of this playoff game. I am not used to there being a playoff game on a Monday night, so I don't want to miss it. Anywho, that's all for my rant for this evening. I want to say thank you for paying me some attention. I'll be back Wednesday. Hopefully I won't be ranting and raving Wednesday. But you never know. Anyway, yeah, James, you too have a good one. Rest of y'all have a good one. Take it easy.